Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast.
From the Hemi Hideout in Brookshire, Texas, welcome to the award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show. We haven't talked about this. School buses and children accidents and the stop signs that are on the bus. And what do you do when you come up behind a school bus? If the lights are yellow, treat it just like a traffic signal. Time to slow down, get ready to stop because the red lights are about to go. And people don't know what to do on a divided street where there's a boulevard in the middle of it, a walking area, if you will, trees, whatever. Oh, the bus is on the other side. You don't have, if you're on the other side, you don't have to stop. But if you are on that side where the bus is, yes, you do have to stop. It's not real rocket science, and just to use your head. I was going to say that there is new technology, and I did not realize this. I just read it yesterday, that there is a difference in car sensors being able to see oncoming traffic, like the rear traffic alert that we have on cars these days.
Yep.
So you're backing out of a parking spot, it beeps at you, and you know that the car is coming up from your right or your left or whatever the case may be. It's not the same sensor in front, one. And number two is the new sensors can detect pedestrians, but mainly it's traffic, and they miss the pedestrian.
Yeah, it's a movement. Yeah.
And so there is that. So if you're driving a brand new car, it probably has a pedestrian alert built in. But most of the earlier models of cars that have front end detection only recognize automobiles, big metal objects, not human beings. So that's something else to keep in mind.
I mean, at the end of the day, most cars have mirrors, so check them as well as relying on your sensors.
And I guess that the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway here this morning is the fact that if there are pedestrians and you're in a pedestrian area, man, I've always got my foot right ready to hit that brake. Because I remember my oldest daughter, when she was a little girl, we taught her not to go in the street. Well, she was small, under 5, and she saw her friend across the street, dashed across the street, and as fast as we could react, she was already in the street. So when there are children around, all bets are off. You just got to be extra careful.
Exactly.
Especially if you're driving a big car like a pickup truck or one of those super high mounted Jeeps or SUVs that you can't really see children from your driver's seat. You need to be very careful, especially in residential areas.
Let's talk about car insurance and pedestrian accidents and the 5 things to know. It's your report. I'll let you do that.
Absolutely. So here's the thing to keep in mind. There are significant legal and financial headaches that come with hitting a pedestrian. So as far as possible, you don't want to hit one, but just in case you hit a pedestrian, the first thing you need to do is call the authorities because, injuries that may not be visible to you may have happened.
Mr. Morris, you just cut her off, whatever you did there.
You muted her.
Sorry, Devya.
I can go again.
There you go.
The first thing you want to do if you hit a pedestrian is call the authorities. Let the cops know, call 911 in case the person needs an ambulance or, the cops need to take a report. So that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing you should be doing is documenting everything. So write down everything that happened as you remember it. If you have dash cam footage, just keep it in hand. You don't want to be saying anything to the cops like admitting fault because at that point, you may not have the full information you need. Just document everything. And the third thing you want to do is file a claim in a timely manner. So because this could be a liability claim, you need to notify your insurance company as quickly as possible.
And the one thing that stuck out to me was watch your words. Watch what you say and how you say them. Be forthright and honest, but don't give up too much information or assume things that you're really not too sure of.
100%. You have to watch your word because I'll be honest, in that situation, we're extremely stressed out and we may have missed important things. The one thing you want to avoid is admitting that you are at fault or you may have done something that contributed to it. It's just best to remain silent as far as possible, take in everything you can, and let the cops handle it.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yes, go
I was
ahead.
going to say one of the things. I want to go back to the street crossing. What percentage does this reflect of people using their phone, and you see people walking down the street and bumping into poles or falling into manhole covers? Is that part of this for people using their phones crossing the street? Is that part
So
of the
our
data?
research didn't track what pedestrians were doing at the time when they got into accidents, but I think generally it's really good advice to not be distracted while you're crossing a busy roadway or when you're driving. It's really, really good advice. And by distractions, it's not just looking at your phone, right? If you're behind the wheel, you don't want to be turning around and yelling at your kids for making too much noise. You don't want to be fiddling with the radio. You don't want to be eating a sandwich. Like every little thing that could help you take your eyes off the road is something we want to avoid.
We love talking to you. You look great. I hope things are going well for you there up on the East Coast. Are they?
They are amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for the compliment.
Yes.
We are headed out today shortly to have an amazing feast. So
Oh,
I guess I'll have to take some pictures and send it to you guys.
Please, yeah, please
Feasts
do.
are fun.
And if you're going to be a pedestrian, be on the outlook.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Devya, thank you so
Thanks.
much. Devya
Thanks so much
Sangam,
for having me,
yep,
guys.
you bet.
Bye-bye.
Lending Tree and pedestrian deaths today we talk about. Great way to start off the show. Yeah, I like talking about death. I had a near-death experience this morning when I left the purple ditty bag here at
Hey,
home.
hey, you can't say that.
Left
Ditty-
the bag at
There
home
you
that
go.
had all the stuff in it. A ditty bag. Do you know what a ditty bag is?
It's the one you left.
That's that.
That's for sure. We know that.
Just ahead. God help us all. Jeff's Car Culture, 6 dream cars owners regret buying. Can't wait for that. And Mars has riding the rails in Texas. I guess the real story there is how you get to the rail.
Hobo Mike.
All that and more coming up right after this break here on the InWheelTime Car Talk Show.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. Apple or Android, InWheelTime podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give InWheelTime a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on InWheelTime. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
Hey, InWheelTime invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show, if you can hear us, about all things automotive. And we thank you for being with us today. Thought he was gonna throw some water on me. or something. Shut up, Don.
Trying to slow you down there a little bit.
Time now for Jeff's Car Culture, 6 dream cars owners regret buying.
There you go. So, dream cars. We've all fallen for that dream car at some point. The glossy ad, the jaw-dropping design, promises of speed and status. But sometimes, once you've been handed the keys, reality hits hard. Breakdowns, repairs, endless bills turn these beauties into burdens. So here we go. First one is a Mercedes-Benz CLS shooting brake.
Oh, God, that's ugly.
It seemed cool and adventurous, but if you own
who?
one, you quickly realize that it really meant endless repairs and repair bills. Air suspension failures, expensive parts, tech that didn't work more than it did.
Bad
and
roof
all
line.
combined in the wagon as a money pit. But you know what? I'd drive that. I would
Oh,
drive
How
that.
far?
that's so
How far
ugly.
is the question?
Well, at least to the mechanical shop. There you go. And the next one we have is a Fisker Karma. Who hadn't heard of one of them? It's an eco-friendly vehicle. Promises kept? No, not really. People who bought it thought they were helping the earth.
The
However,
smile of the Joker on the front
there
end.
you go. The car had battery failures, electrical issues, recalls upon recalls. I thought it was a Ford at first. Turns out owners weren't just saving the earth, but they also saved mechanics' businesses. So people got rich off of that car, and it wasn't the owner. The next one we have, Michael, is an Alfa Romero 4C. It's a lightweight, exotic looks, Italian passion. What could go wrong? Well, you see it's in the shop already. A lot. Owners first discovered the brutal ride, cheap-feeling interior, never-ending reliability quirks. It was like dating a gorgeous supermodel who shows up late, complains constantly, and eats all your money. So there you go.
And eats onion rings.
There you go. Onion rings, okay. The next one, Mike, is a Tesla Roadster. It's the first generation, not the second. This was Tesla's first attempt at revolutionizing cars. While it broke ground, it also broke down. Based on a Lotus Elise, it had charging issues, poor build quality, and repairs that took months to get it running.
It's not a bad look. I've never seen one before.
It's the first gen.
I did not know that.
I haven't seen one on the road either, but that is a good-looking car.
There's a reason for that.
Well, you put an LS in it. That's what you need.
There you go.
Okay, Michael. The BMW i8. The i8 looked like a spaceship and promised hybrid supercar thrills, but it wasn't that fast. It wasn't that efficient either.
Was it unpainted on the nose? Or?
No,
I think it's
just
shadows.
reflection.
Oh,
just
okay.
reflection. It wasn't efficient. It wasn't even practical. Owners loved showing it off until the repair costs came in, and it was worth more than their mortgage in some cases.
Was that a BMW?
Yeah, BMW i8.
You know
Turns
what
out
BMW stands for, don't you?
well, it's a British Motor Works.
Break my wallet is what
Okay.
it stands for.
Turns out that the i8 was more flash than substance, but it's a good-looking car. It really is. Mike, and the last one we got here is a Lotus Esprit. Made famous by James Bond, this car was cool, but owners quickly discovered the British electronics were questionable, build quality was poor, and repair costs worthy of a secret agent's budget. It looked pretty cool, but having one meant becoming very close with friends of your mechanic. So there you go. Pretty much. And then we got a bonus shot, I believe.
Here's
Look
a
at
bonus
that.
shot.
That car is gorgeous. Look at
Oh,
that,
my
David.
God. And,
Shoo-hoo.
and Jeff spent all day finding that location so he could take a picture of his car.
Absolutely.
You betcha. That's out in front of your new place.
yeah. That's the county jail
Oh,
out in
boy.
Fort Bend
Well, there you
County.
go. Well, there you go.
My new place.
Perfect.
Hey, I did want to mention to everybody that if our background looks a little bit different today, it looks like we're at a remote. Well, we are kind of. We're at the Hemi Hideout
Coo-hoo.
in the cool back room here, as you can tell by our background. And we're in the midst of doing something new and different on the show that hopefully we will debut in another couple of weeks. We're working on it, but in the meantime, we're out here. John Hovis and Shelley Gates have been very generous and allowed us to come out here. There's nothing going on here today.
No.
So we've kind of stashed away back here in the back closet, and it's a big back closet too, by the way.
Yeah. Full.
Yeah. So we're very gracious and thankful that we've got John Hovis to depend on to help us continue to do the show. Why we do the show, we're still trying to figure that out after all
Because
these
it's so
years.
much fun.
Yeah.
Well, we
and
should.
the stress level isn't high at all.
No. We should thank Massey Harris, the Better Built Farm Equipment Company behind us here. We should thank them.
Massey Harris,
Yeah.
Better Built Farm Equipment.
Yeah. I just thanked them.
Thank you. Well, at any rate, so thank them for us, from us. All right, time now for Mars Driving Destinations, Riding the Rail. So is this a story about going to get to the train?
Nope.
Because this is not a train show.
Well, I understand it's not a train show, and as I was putting the pictures together, I got really excited talking about the trains.
You
and
get excited about things like that.
where
This
I
is
come-
what happens in your old age
Well, I
and
remember-
dementia.
I remember when I was a kid that I got to ride on a train there in in Nederland. You went into the drugstore and you bought your train ticket, And whenever the train stopped across the highway, you walked across the highway and you got on the train.
What? We just had a segment on walking across highways.
Exactly.
Well, he did it
But
safely, obviously.
You're still with us. So
Yeah. But that was because I had the train stopped. Everybody stopped.
Did you have that little stick and all your clothes in that little bag when you walked across?
The hobo
No,
logo?
they wouldn't.
the hobo?
No, they wouldn't let you take the stick on the train.
Oh, but put your eye out or something.
Because they use it for the fire engine.
So there was an actual passenger train that went through there,
Yeah.
east to west.
Well, it went from Port Arthur. No, it was kind of more north-south because Port Arthur's the end of the line. I mean, you're in
Yeah.
the Gulf of Mexico when you get to there.
Okay.
Be in the chip channel.
Well,
So
please
anyway,
carry on. So
there are, and you see things every once in a while in the news about these heritage runs that people and all these trains running around. So I thought, well, Texas has got a lot of trains. For example, the Texas State Railroad, which is often called the Lone Star or the Eastern Railroad, it's a 25-mile heritage railroad between Rusk and Palestine. Now, this was built
I believe
by
that's Palestine, isn't it?
Palestine, depends on how far north you live.
No, it depends on where you're from.
Exactly what I said. So, but this was built by the inmates, and it was started in 1883 because they wanted to haul raw materials to the smelter at the prison at Rusk. So and they did that up until 1921. Then they leased it out to a bunch of private companies. Anyway, it ended up through the Parks and Wildlife Department, and it was turned over to the newly created Texas State Railroad. So now it's just a scenic tourist line, and you can get on it on a limited schedule. And they've got 5 steam locomotives, and you can take the round trip on it if you want to go take your kids for a round. You've done that. David's done that. There you go. Now, there's another one up in that part of the world called Grapevine Vintage Railroad. Now, this goes from Grapevine to the Fort Worth Stockyards. Now, this is a purpose-built railroad that's strictly for a tourist thing. It didn't start out as anything else other than
Is it a steam locomotive or is it?
they have steam and diesel.
Okay.
Apparently, looking through some of these things, if a steam engine goes down, it takes a couple of 3 years to get it built and back up.
oh, boy.
So some of them, they've got diesels for backups. But it started using it, the train excursions, they use 1896 steam locomotive is their prime one. And then they've got some 1920s era Victoria coaches that people can ride in. You get on in Grapevine at the Main Street station, and you take 21-mile route over to Fort Worth to the stockyards. And then you get on it and you come back. One of the special things that they do, since this is strictly tourists, they have several special events. Day Out with Thomas. You remember Thomas the Train?
I do. Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah. So it's a 25 to 30-minute trip, and one weekend a year, they rebuild the Thomas the Tank Engine. It kind of comes to Grapevine, and it goes back and forth on this short train, over and back.
So the train looks like Thomas.
Yeah. Just one weekend a year. So the kids can get there. You can take pictures. They have a lot of activities on both ends, magic shows, live performance, storytelling, all kinds of things for the kids for Thomas the Train. Now, for your older people, they also have Kiss Me, I'm Irish Express. Now, this is another round that's offered one Saturday in March. You got to be 21 and over to ride the Kiss Me, I'm Irish. You get 2 free glasses of beer and an Irish-style desserts on this train.
Is the beer used as a chaser for something else?
The dessert.
Not talking. So they also have a jazz wine train for people that are more into wine and jazz, or if you need to act like you're that way to make your wife happy. Then this happens in mid-March. Again, you got to be 21 or older.
Why would you say that? Do you have some experience in that regard?
I've been married long enough to know that you got to, once in a while.
Give her some wine once in a while.
Yes.
Like a lot.
If you're lucky.
Often.
If you're lucky, you can get away with a lot.
I ain't saying anything.
21 and older, they have live jazz music in each coach. You get meals, wine tastings, and all kinds of things going on. Then you have around the holidays, Thanksgiving, they have Witch's Brew Train, again, 21. Halloween-themed food and entertainment. You got 2 free glasses of craft beer, a souvenir stein. Costumes are highly encouraged, as well as pants, but they're not required. Now, and then they also have several trick-or-treat trains for the kids. That's entertainment for the
I
whole
like
family.
the pants-free train.
Exactly. Austin Steam Train Association, that's a train that runs up through the hill country. Makes different stops. It uses a 1912 steam engine to pull it. Amtrak, Texas Eagle. This is more modern. You can go from Chicago to San Antonio to Los Angeles by train.
Don't ever do that.
No, because it stops in
Dallas.
Dallas.
My God, what does it take you, 5 days to get there?
When I was a kid, we took vacation to California. We took a train out of Detroit, went the northern went the southern route to L.A., and then a week later we went up to San Francisco and took a train back from San Francisco to Detroit.
And you had a good time on that?
Well, I was a little kid, so yeah, you have a good time.
You got
running
room
through
to
the train
play.
cars and all that. Yeah, I was probably 9 years old.
I like those when you're parked in some train yard for 5 hours at a time, just sitting there waiting for the next diesel to come along and hook up.
No, it was nothing like that.
No, these are a little more timely than that. They have to be. But the other one I wanted to mention just real quick, Amtrak runs across Texas. You can go from New Orleans to Houston, El Paso. And if you've ever been out Interstate 10 and way off in the distance you see a train out in the middle of nowhere, that's this train. And if you want to see a different part of Texas, that'd be a way to go. There's more. Just look up trains in Texas if you're looking for a train to ride.
Thank you so much. InWheelTime Car Talk continues after this quick break.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.